Question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
And we back. Hey y'all, we just waiting on Riri to pop in. Y'all already in here. Please hit that like. Please hit that share button. Share with everybody. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Get Leon some time to get up in here. Today freaking Friday, so I know they gonna cut up today. I already know they gonna cut up. My girl Reese gotta make it public. Once she make it public, I can send it out to more people so they can get in here. Where y'all at, Kiani? Lee? Uber? We started a little late today. They probably was wondering where everybody was at. We gonna get going. Yeah, you gotta make it public. We live already. Been live about 5 minutes. I can't share. Okay. Let's go. Not yet, just me right now, but I see that we public. Appreciate it. Reread. I just put myself back on the screen. Yeah, Reread be on soon. Waiting on Kiani and them to pop on there. We public now, so if y'all got it, please like, please share. Get as many people in this possible. Send this link out. My man Malik at Trey Money. Uncle E, where you at? Kenny live right now. He actually having a great live. He talking about some good stuff. Let's see if he come on over. Slicky Woo. What up, Woo? Sister Kenzie. Ron the Dumb Butterman. What up, y'all? Lee, where you at? I sent you popped in. I can send you the link again if you need me to. They dry today. Friday out of all the days, this is going to be the day they be on here early. We probably go a little bit into overtime due to the fact we started a little late. If you ain't here, put something in the comments. Ain't got nobody in here yet. Where y'all at? Everybody sleep on Friday? Good Friday, everybody knocked out. Woo, where you at? You ain't here, put something in the comments. We waiting on Reese and them to pop on there. They should be in any minute now. I'm not sure what the top is going to be, but if I was y'all, I'd start asking them a little more questions in the comments. You know, sometimes they be freestyling, and if y'all got something y'all might want to talk about or something y'all want to hear from them, I think it'd be good to just put it in the comments, ask some questions. I come on and read it out. But I'm pretty sure y'all got some questions. I can't imagine what Reese got the day form. Let me see. Matter of fact, she probably sent it on Instagram. Let me check it out. See what Reese talking about today, so I can at least get y'all a heads up. What's the come? Y'all find out right then and there, which I like. But let's see what we get. While Reese and them coming in, let me see what she got. The only reason I'm put the camera on because my video on this laptop don't work. I got a different laptop. Okay, slavery never left. She gonna talk about that. An 18-year-old girl shot through a door and killed at a hotel party. Wow. Opioids, emerging group of synthetic opioids may be more potent than fentanyl. Study warns. That's what I'm saying there. I don't see nothing freaky about any of these things, you know, so I think it's going to be a more serious topic today with Riri. What up, Kenny? I'm just holding it down to Riri pop there. She running back from the hospital. Kiani and them, they ain't popped in yet. I'm about to send you the link, man. You can get on in here with me. We can rap a little bit about what you was talking about until they get in here. Let me know when you get the link, Kenny. And share this out with as many people as possible before you come on over so we can have some people in here that can get in this discussion with us. We got some good topics. I just thought it was going to be about Freaky Friday. You know her. I thought it was going to be a Freaky Friday show. But today it seemed like it's going to be more than that. It's going to be more about opioids. Opioids is taking over. It's too much, but for opioids to be stronger than fentanyl, yeah, we definitely gotta hear about that one. Fentanyl is the strongest thing out here. You ain't even gotta touch it, you just inhale it and you can die from it. So they got opioids just as strong, and people out here taking opioids for pain medicine because everybody not taking it like they try to make it seem like, you know, some people really need those type of drugs due to the conditions that they're in. And if them drugs causing those type of effects on them people, man, that's dangerous. You know, because you know the kids gonna do a recreational out here. They got Narcan and stuff now that been helping a lot of these people out here falling out. They just passing them around now, so that works out. DMV Uncut Live Production Network. Come on in, Kenny. I sent you the link. And my man Rev the link. He'll be in with me for a second until Reese and Boob and them pop up for Freaky Friday. Until then, man, we gonna hold it down for my girl Riri. We got work later too, so I know Reese probably tired. No, she tired. Y'all in here, put something in the comments. Let me know y'all in here with us. We gonna have some good topics today. So far, I know one of them gonna be about opioids. They saying the opioids is a lot stronger now than fentanyl. So when Reese and them coming, I will share the video. But if we get enough people in here, I just shared before and share it again once she get in here. But I don't want to have to keep sharing the video for those who actually watching. They have to see it over and over. For those who popping in later, so. But just off that fact, what y'all think about that? If it's opioids out here that's stronger than fentanyl, how dangerous is that to society, especially in the Black community? These kids rap about taking opioids. Like it's a thing, like it's popular to do so. So I don't know how you can get something to get as strong as fentanyl in that form. I just don't see it. That's not by accident. I just don't see that being by accident. I just think they add fit to the opioids, and that's what's causing that effect. What up, Red?
What it do, soldier? What it do?
Oh man, I'm just cool and hanging in there, holding it down to Riri pop in. She had a appointment today and she on her way back. So it's Freaky Friday, but I seen her topic is about opioids. And they actually saying that the opioids is about to be stronger. Well, it's actually now stronger than the fentanyl that's out here that's killing people. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, if that's true, that's dangerous to society. How dangerous you think that is? Definitely for the Black community, Kenny. If that's true.
That's a very serious matter. Opioids, man. It's for it to be like that means that it's something that has been tweaked. Actually tweaked like that. As fentanyl is not nothing to play with. But for an opioid to be on the same, if not worse, that's serious. Like that's real serious right there. That's that's real serious right there. I don't like that. That's serious.
It's out here, y'all. Y'all gotta be careful. We got Phil up in here. What's up, Philip? We just holding it down to Riri pop up in here. Normally it's Freaky Friday. One of the topics she gonna talk about today, though, is these opioids that's coming out that's new now. They said that they test them and they're a lot stronger than the fentanyl that's actually been killing people.
That is real.
What you think about that, Phil?
I mean, that's a real conversation, man. I be having them talks with my son, man, because it's dangerous out there, man. These kids don't know what they're getting into. They don't, they out there, think they having fun, man. I had a friend's daughter, man. She died from fentanyl. And I didn't know you could put fentanyl in weed. They said she was just smoking weed. So I'm like, that shit is real. Yeah. So man, that's a real conversation.
Smoking weed, and that's what I'm. Kenny, do y'all think? I can start with you, Kenny. Do you think that they actually putting fentanyl on the new opioid drugs that they issuing out? Because it's like, how could you make opioids that strong that it can kill somebody? You got to be add something to it. It's not by accident. Do you think they add something to it, such as like fentanyl to these drugs and giving it to people?
Of course, I always have my little belief about the drugs as a overall. They're getting into the community, and we still haven't addressed that issue. So it's like it seems as if that they want to wipe out a population quicker. And Then that now that we know specifically that there are actual benefits from cannabis, marijuana, it seems like now is being created intentionally with them creating whatever they doing with the opioids to lace it. Phil just said that he just lost someone, that was the marijuana got laced. This ain't good. So yeah, they're doing it intentionally, and I think we as a people gotta be on the lookout. You know what I'm saying, and educate ourselves and educate our people around us, so that way you know, we are our loved ones don't get caught up in it, because this is this is sad.
I mean, and you know, it's crazy the way and I'm not gonna sit here because opioid is a problem across the board, man. Just as many white people are dying from this shit too. So it may have been something that got out of control, but it's running rampant through all the communities, and because it's crazy, man. It's like, and I'm an old school dope fiend, so I got history with this shit. So, it was one of those things. If somebody said it was something good out on the street, that's what you going after, man. Because you never believe you gonna be the one. But so the more potent they make it, the more attractive they make it. So that drug
that's
is
crazy.
crazy.
You think somebody drunk, you'll think most people will go away from something that's killing people, but on the streets, they saying that it killed them, they go for it. They just like he wasn't strong enough, he couldn't handle it, and it's like, wow,
that was it. They couldn't
that's bad
handle
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the
So they
solution you think Kenneth
promotion
for?
and advertisement? Huh? You say what's the
Now I was
solution?
asking Kenneth, what y'all think is the solution to this problem, or you think it is a solution at all?
Well, the real issue, when you think about this as a whole, you think about opioids or just drug as a whole, just at large. Don't even necessarily have to be just opioids or fentanyl. But when you look at this, this happens either because one, their drugs are used as coping mechanisms to provide comfort of life.
Right.
They're used as a form of coping mechanism. I mean, let's just keep it a bean. And once we, this is a ladder that you have to look at from both a bird's eye view perspective, because there are various reasons for why people indulge with drugs. One of them at the top of the list is mental wealth. There's a disparity of mental wealth and mental health. I don't think there's enough emphasis on that. We're not really taught conflict resolution skills when it comes to our society. Conflict resolution, on how to be able to deal with different things that that might occur in our life, how to deal with stress, and how to deal with certain things that arise. So just that on alone, the mental wealth, the mental health, and learning how to deal with conflict resolution, because really if you look at the bigger picture, that's what it boils down to: how to respond to conflict, and conflict being as though that, trials, tribulations, and things that occur. The drugs is used to create an euphoria, to make it seem as if that everything is okay, to create this notion that, you know life ain't what it is. So I think if we look at it from that perspective, and we start looking at those from those two elements, I think we can attempt to make some type of change. Is it going to be a drastic change? No, because it's variations of things. It's variations of things. So I even people doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's a variation. Some just people just do it for a thrill. So it's just so many different layers and elements. But I think if we look at it from those few that I just mentioned, the mental wealth, the mental health, and the conflict resolution, I think that'd be a good start.
Yeah, that's definitely a good start. And I just feel like the people who's responsible for this, they're not actually getting any of the blame. Like as black people, we find a way to blame ourselves, our community, and we're just like, well, he should know better. Who brought that kid up? He shouldn't be taking these drugs and so forth and so forth. But we never get to who creating these drugs. Like Phil said, he was doing this back in the day. I don't know how was it back in the day. I just thought most times people made a bad batch, but now they getting these things prescribed to them. A guy can get shot in the leg, and now they prescribe him these opioids and all type of codeine medicine, for the pain. And then once he heal, he's hooked. He still want the medicine, and these doctors continue to give it to him. And as long as they know they can make money, it's like this dude got shot 10 years ago. He's still telling you his leg hurt, and it ain't. You're a doctor, but this is the way they make money. You think the doctors ever will get blamed for any of these things, Phil?
Not really. Not really. Because, as long as it's under the guise of medical treatment, you know, and and a lot of times there's no follow up with these people. You break your leg. It happens all the time with athletes. You hurt yourself, man, especially young athletes. You've been banging around, for years and years, your body all banged up, and you taking something, to help with the pain. And then all of a sudden they leave the league. And they don't have the trainers and stuff giving them the stuff, to help them with their body, with those body pains. So they do the next best thing. They turn to street drugs, they turn to illicit doctors and stuff. People, that that's in it for the money and not their best interest. Whenever you get somebody on one of the drugs, you're taking them up, but you also need to work with them on the weaning off process and the come down process of it too, to get off of it. And most people don't do the follow through. Most doctors don't do the follow through. So, they get you all strung out, and then the next thing you know, either they're not giving you the prescription anymore, or they giving you some kind of illicit drug, or you're going out turning to a street drug for that same euphoria. So, I mean, there's a whole lot of layers to this onion. So, and there's enough blame to go around for everybody.
Thing with the food, a lot of people don't understand that most of the drugs that's sold in America legally, it go to the food industry, and they putting these drugs inside the food and we eating them. But it's like people unwillingly, willing to look up these things because they got a day-to-day life that they got to go to work, they got to take care of their kids, so they're not really caring about, let me look into this food, let me see what red 40 mean, let me see what this mean, or what do cancer come. They ain't got time, but it's people like us that come on these shows and try to educate these people on some of these things. And I just think like it's really nothing they can do unless they do something to the doctors, and now doctors today, they can actually have a bad batch like Johnson Johnson's baby powder and cause cancer and kill millions of people, but it's just called malpractice. Like nobody go to jail. They just change the company gets sued. But if it's the other way
They was
around,
changing
if
the
one
name.
of these kids had one of these dudes a bad batch, he died. That kid go to jail for life, if not 30 years for murder. He killed that person. So it's just like these doctors, sometimes they misdiagnose people, and they got the education to know this what this should do. You went to school for this. A lot of these dudes in school, they ain't go to school for this. They just on the street just trying to make things happen. But it's like why one get punished and the other one don't is because he went to school, he got a license, he got a white coat. But it's like it's bad cops out here. That don't mean it's all good doctors. It's bad doctors out here. It's bad
Oh
pastors
yeah,
out here.
without a
It's
doubt.
always good and bad in any field. And I think the doctor's the one nothing but good. What you think about that, Kenny? Why is it that people see nothing but good in doctors and they trust doctors so much instead of themselves?
Well, it's because some, I don't want to necessarily say they're blind to it because the truth is already out there. Some people just they choose to, they just choose to be ignorant. They choose to, to accept it. You know what I'm saying? They accept business as usual. Because at the end of the day, it's like if it doesn't affect me, then it's like, hey, I ain't going to bother. If it doesn't affect them personally, unfortunately, if it don't hit their front yard, it don't hit their backyard, it don't, it's like, you know, they won't care. So now that they're put into the situation. And so, people, they just continue to lead and do what they do, no different than like, like you said, food, the drugs and the food, you think about MSG, you think about salt and sugar, all these different things that's put into the food, to cause the addiction. They say sugar is worse than crack, you know. So, it's really about uh people making that decision on what they're going to do. How they're going to live. Are they going? Are they going to go ahead? They're going, try to live the best life that they can. They're going, if you're going to meet somebody like me who not going to, who going to be conscious minded about what I intake and put into my body. So it's just, people, they just a novice to it. They a novice and they just choose to do what they do, and then as long as it don't affect them, it's like business goes on as usual. Life goes on.
You know,
That make a lot of sense. Go ahead, Phil.
the only way to change something is to, I guess, dwindle down the demand for it. As long as the demand for it is out there and it's creating revenue, it's gonna keep going on. So, unfortunately, and drugs are a symptom of another issue. Okay, drugs are just a symptom, just like you know, um, if somebody stop using drugs, okay, they may move on to some other addiction, food, sex, or whatever, because they have something else going on with them. Okay, so with that being said, you know, we got to stop looking for other people and I say this all the time, man. We are codependent on everybody else but ourselves. And we got to stop looking at other people to come into our communities, into our lives, into our environment to help us. Man, we got to start doing things to help ourselves, man. We got to start working on our spirituality. We got to start working on our mental health. We got to start working on our physical health. We got to start, and and all this stuff leads back to your home. That's why I talk to my son all the time. I don't know exactly what he doing when he leave the house, but I know when he's in the house, you know, I'm trying to talk to him. I'm trying to tell him, my experiences, the experience of, people that I grew up with, people that's not here no more. I mean, so you got to put that armor on our family and on our kids. You got to wrap them up in it before you send them out. So it's like, and hopefully when that thing pops up, they make the right decision, because we talking about something that could be one shot and you out of here. So I mean, granted, we can blame the doctors, we can blame everybody statement, but reality is reality. They not gonna do the right things. Okay, they'll do what they do, and we'll bury our own. So what are we going to do?
Ray. That's a good one, though. We was talking about opioids that you were saying.
Okay, we got Kenny and Phil.
Opioids are going to be more than fentanyl.
Okay, yeah, because they have the fentanyl is an opioid. Fentanyl is in the class of opioids. So fentanyl, opioid, same thing. Now what they got out here that's killing it, new people that's killing it, that's new, is stronger than fentanyl, is synthetic opioid. They're making a synthetic opioid in the lab, sort of quote unquote like a sort of synthetic fentanyl. And it's 50 times that synthetic fentanyl is, or the synthetic opioid is 50 times stronger than the regular fentanyl.
So now, the legitimate medical use for that?
I guess to kill people, to get you more. I mean, people just grieving with illnesses such as cancer and other forms of debilitating diseases, and that's in a lot of pain. But they got to be administered in the hospital level, not out street level, not street pharmaceuticals. Because we all know if you touch fentanyl, you can die. If you smell it, you can die. If you inhale it, you can die. I don't want nothing that they say, oh, this is like that new death, that you could die. Bubba make a joke about some weed called Kill Once or Kill One Time, something like that. I don't want nothing. You can't get high. You're going to die. You're not trying to get high. You're trying to die when you take these drugs. And what's freaky about it, this is the freaky part of Freaky Friday. Something that's even stronger than fentanyl. And the freaky part about it, that they run into it. That's freaky.
Welcome to the life of a dope fiend.
I mean, is that the dope? I've never been a user, but I don't. And the dope fiends, do they aspire to get high or do they aspire to die? Which one you want to do?
No, they aspire to get high. I mean, you chasing that high, and like I was telling them earlier, when you out in the street, it's like you find out it's something. That shit ain't killing you. That shit is smoking. So it's like, they must have did something wrong or this, that, and other. That's your mentality, And, I know motherfuckers just OD 2 and 3 times. Now that I'm out of her life, that shit is insane to me. But back in the day, that was normal operating procedure. So shit, it's just, that's the way it is.
Now, forgive me if I can't see, but isn't Kenny on here? Why can't I hear your voice, Kenny?
You can hear me. You can hear me.
Okay. Check this out, y'all.
I'm saying nothing.
Okay. They said the Narcan, the drug that they give us if we accidentally overdose. They said with this new synthetic opioids, that the Narcan, you got to hit them people 2 or 3 times. Where with the regular OD off the fentanyl, one zap will bring you back. They said, well, this whatever this new stuff is, we're gonna call it Kill Bill, because if you take this new stuff, it sounds like it'll kill Bill, Will, Phil, Kenny, Molly, Reese, everybody. So they said it's like you got to hit them 2 or 3 times with the Narcan. That's if they bring it back, and people are rapidly going to this. Kenny, what do we do, Kenny?
I mean, you know, when you look at this, it's still, I know we don't want to be spiritual, but it is what it is. We got to realize what we're dealing with. We're dealing with warfare here, spiritual warfare, because at the end of the day, it's about, you know, it's a life. Let's just keep it real. It's about, we dealing, this is darkness. Darkness to the fullest. You get what I'm saying? This is darkness to the fullest, you know, and when you're dealing with an addiction, you got, you know, it's you're dealing with a principality. You're dealing with something that becomes a hindrance. You get what I'm saying? They create this to where it's by you repeat the cycle. But now with this being created like this, now is being generated and pumped like this to wipe out a population faster. You get what I'm saying? And you got to remember the scriptures say the enemy walks about what? Like a roaring lion, seeking what? He can still kill, devour, and destroy. So you got to realize, like, you know, this is big. You know what I'm saying? It's money being made off of this. You got to think about it. It's money being made off of this. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you have to look for different methods with trying to help people, you know, get out of being knocked out. You know, because fentanyl, I mean, they put you through the classes. If I encourage anybody to go, they have the classes. They provide the classes at the health department. You know, for Narcan, you get certified. You know, you get the Narcan. I really encourage individuals to take that class.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to, because this is, and Phil said it earlier, it's not necessarily just a particular. Yep, that's right, Molly. Medical warfare. That it's not necessarily just a particular population of people. It's not just blacks. This is something. This is coming. You know, all cultures. You know what I'm saying? Because it's become the new trend. You know,
Rich
you gotta think of.
Poor. Let me add that. Rich and poor.
Yeah, because it's and it's, you gotta look at the big top thing we don't like, but it is what it is. It's capita. The capita that's being made, the money.
It's like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, it seems like they give you one and take something away. They finally made weed legal, or trying to make it legal, where everybody can have, right? That is not considered a narcotic like that. Then they go on top of that and make something stronger than the already existing narcotics that you have out there called synthetic or designer drugs. It's like, okay, I'm gonna give you some weed, but now I got something marketing that's gonna blow weed out the water, where you ain't even gonna want weed, because this high, you only get high once, because after that you die.
But the thing about it, I gotta I gotta take up for this is that the thing about you know, marijuana is and this goes for anything. It doesn't even have to just be a drug. Anything that was designed good to be utilized good, just like food, right? Food, we need food for fuel, right? But it only becomes bad when we overindulge. You know, when we, you know, so me, I made like, you know, Phil, I made like, you know, the oatmeal cream pies, right? I may eat 8 oatmeal cream pies, but technically I really only need one. You get what I'm saying? So if it's
Cream pies.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it like that. Then you also have to look at, because I'm a person that, and it has been scientifically, I was actually one of the ones the ones that actually pushed for the legalization of marijuana because of the holistic healing elements, that the benefits that come from it. You know, it has helped cure certain elements. It has, you know, those that have had nervous conditions. You know, shout out to John Hopkins. You know, and a couple of the people that I've worked with for that. So the thing of this is that when you get greed, power, and control, this is what you have that comes upon your hands. It's not necessarily the product itself, is those that use the product or misuse the product, I should say, for other than what it was intended for. So I just wanted to make sure that, because I'm a pro cannabis, you know, because it has provided. This is not nothing that I just read. This is something that I have seen, and I push medical cannabis for that. I just want to put that out there because I don't want nobody being like, "Hold up, you against it?" No, you know, it's just anything. I don't care what it is. Anything that's been overly indulged, that's when it becomes bad. Not necessarily per se the product itself. Just it's no different than a person who has a gun. The gun ain't the issue; it's the person that used the gun. So it's, you know, that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I to me, this is my own personal opinion. I don't look as weed, as the regular marijuana, the plant, as a drug per se. Like the drug, I take drugs. I take insulin. I had to take gabapentin. I take the mammoth. I take drugs because that's why I got to go get it from a drugstore. Okay, but when I think of weed and cannabis, the natural stuff, when you smoke it in its natural, purest form. I'm not talking about once they treat it with formaldehyde, turn it to boat. I'm not talking about once they sprinkle fentanyl on it and smoke death. I'm not talking about when they do other stuff to it, when they whitewash it. I'm talking about when you just grow it, dry it, and smoke it. It's no more harmful than tobacco, but it can be habit forming, just like tobacco. Now, here's the thing with tobacco: when you break down the ingredients of cigarettes, they sell that. You got to be 21, but they still sell it right along with liquor. That's more poisonous in cigarettes and in alcohol than what it is in weed. And they making weed, they demonizing the most simplest thing. And they demonize it because you read the back of the fentanyl. If you take each of those ingredients in cigarettes, that's a fentanyl, cigarettes, menthol, get it all mixed up. But if you take any of those individual ingredients that's in a pack of cigarettes, it's arsenic in there. It's everything. You take one of those chemicals, and if I gave you one of those chemicals that's in cigarettes, I'd go to jail for attempted murder because it's all poisonous. But they let you smoke it and then blow it out into the free air. I don't even smoke. Okay, never smoked. But I ended up with asthma, lung disease, COPD, and all of that stuff because of it being released out in the atmosphere, the chemicals. And do you know the people that's smoking it through the filter, at least they're getting it filtered when they smoke it. But when you blowing it out straight to me, or I'm getting it from the other end, I'm not inhaling that through no filter. I'm not inhaling that through nothing. And I'm breathing those toxic chemicals right along with you. But that's legal? That's freaky. That part is freaky. But then I get some good cannabis. For some reason, I like the smell of bud. It don't make me cough. But the smell of cigarette smokes take my breath away. Go figure.
I don't know, Reese. I don't know. I agree with some of that shit you said, but weed is a drug. I smoked enough of it to know. No bullshit.
Just plain old weed.
Just plain old weed. I smoked a lot of weed in the 70s and the 80s. So let me tell you, it was a drug. Shit. So it may not have been, I don't know what the definition of a drug is, something that changes your mood or changes your, it's a drug. You know, so let's don't misunderstand shit.
Have y'all ever seen weed get anybody violent or anybody become
Weed
dangerous
is
off of
not a
smoking weed?
drug.
What is it?
It's a herb.
Yes.
Okay. It's a
It's an
herb
herb.
with
And it
drug
no, wait a minute. It mainly grew on Indian grounds. It was preserved for the Indians. That was their healing herb. That was their tea. Like we have coffee, it was pure from the ground. It just grew freely. Now, when I'm gonna say they, but at the same time, the government did not want them to have, when they saw that mineral from the ground, that was like that was gold to them. That was an uncured crop that the Indians had. They had to get that. They had to get up off that. You got something there. We used to call it rabbit tobacco because I lived on an Indian tribe in Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach I can't remember if it was the savannah. It was a certain
tobacco. It is something. Yeah, I smoked rabbit tobacco when I was in South Carolina.
That's something different. I asked my grandmother, is that the same as marijuana? She said no. Rabbit tobacco is different.
Rabbit tobacco is different.
This is straight off the tree. And when you roll it up inside the leaf, you can see the seed in the leaf. That was marijuana. They just had a name of it, of rabbit tobacco, the same effect, but there was a seed in it. And when you pop the seed, the oil will come out. I didn't know anything about curing it. All I knew was we went across the field, got some of the rabbit tobacco, rolled it up, and when I came home, I wanted to eat every damn thing in the house. That's my first time. And I ended up getting sick because I ate some coon pie. Possum pie was. Possum pie. That's what it was.
We're not gonna we're talking about we ain't gonna go up the topic. I need to know.
I'm just saying weed is not a drug, it's an herb. It's an herb. It wasn't meant to be a drug. Anything that God put out there, that means water is a drug because it's natural.
Yep, that's what I said.
The aloe vera plant have healing properties, just like the marijuana plant.
But I'm allergic.
Aloe vera plant a drug?
But I'm allergic to the aloe vera. It's not a drug until they put another chemical to it.
Yeah.
When there's a man-made chemical put to it, then it becomes a drug. But if it's straight out the ground, cocaine is not a drug until they manufactured and put other chemicals to it. It's still cocaine. It's a coca plant. It's not a drug.
What about mushrooms? Is mushrooms a drug?
If it comes natural and no one has tampered with it from the earth, which God gave us, no.
That part, you just hit something right there. You just hit something right there, Lee. Is that the scripture tells us, I'm gonna be spiritual. We are to indulge every plant bearing seed. If it's a plant that come from the ground bearing seed, we are to indulge it. Now I know the critics will say, well, they're not talking about weed. Marijuana is an actual plant. I've seen it. I went on in my African American diaspora class. They took the whole classroom up to the field where slaves used to pick, and marijuana as is in an original intent in the ground. It is a seed specifically. It is a seed. Is so and you got to also remember we didn't have a lot of the chemical synthetic stuff when it came to anesthesia. What do you think the Native Americans was using? What do you think we was using when we were slaves? I had a mentor that told me that her great grandfather, when they which would be like 96, worked in that time frame where they used marijuana for its healing mechanism, where you can squeeze it and use the oil to put on the cuts, because that's what a lot of them did when they were picking cotton. When cotton had them thorns on there, that's what they used. They used the oil from the marijuana plant to put over those cuts to heal. See, that's the stuff they don't want to touch. That we don't, and that's history.
And also, those were some of the same plant, along with the. It was another seed and a pea that they would put together to crush together to put on the wounds when they scrapped them in their back, and they would make this stuff and they would make a mask on your back to heal your back, because other than that, you're gonna bleed to death. You're gonna have unseemly scars anyway. But they would make this mask and just put bandages on it and change it and redo it so often. There was no doctors. All of this stuff that we have out here, God has given us, not meaning to take it off, but that's just like the bark of a tree. They used to use the bark of a tree for a shoe sole.
Yep. That's right, Molly. They use spider webs for bandages. Yep.
Spider webs was used to stop the bleeding, not a bandage, but it was used to so you won't bleed out.
Right.
It was an anticoagulant. That's what
Yeah,
it's called.
there you go.
I don't know, y'all. I think y'all standing on a slippery slope, man. I really do. The
Well,
reason
listen,
I
I mean,
I'm gonna be real about this shit. I've been in recovery for 30 years, man, and I talk to people in recovery. I go to houses. I do shows for people in the recovery, and the last thing I'm gonna go in there and tell them to do is go out and smoke some weed, because I know where that shit is gonna lead. So
Right.
let's be careful about what we telling people. Okay, let's be careful, because I know for my damn self, I go smoke some weed today. A month later, I'm gonna be back on a rock or whatever else is out there. I'm gonna be breaking in your damn house. So let me tell you, let's be careful what we tell people.
So it operates different on you than it does for others. Everybody
Now,
don't
it don't
know
operate
that.
different on me. It don't operate different on me. It operates pretty much the same on everybody. Well, not the same on everybody, but I see from my history and people that I've talked to and dealt with in recovery, and because weed is I really wish I could go out and smoke weed today. I really do, because I loved it, but it didn't love me. Weed made my tolerance so high that I had to go out and take something else to satisfy that need. Okay.
Wow.
And that is real. So I mean,
a true addiction.
Now, I agree with you, Mr. Phil, because I help work with individuals get into drug and rehab and whatnot. Everybody has a tolerance level, right? Meaning everybody knows what their weak points are. Everybody knows what their strong points are. Meaning, just no different than alcohol. If some people can't drink alcohol, period, right? They don't want no parts of it. They don't go to environments or nowhere that will lead them to
go to a hot dog stand, you'll eat a hot dog.
Right. But just like Molly just posted, right? Red wine is really good for the heart, but too much of it, it could be bad for you. So, I get the understanding in the context of, you know, making sure that, you know, we putting the right information out there, you know, so we don't want to steer, you know, anybody into the wrong path. I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate for mental health. I'm an advocate for anybody that goes to NA and AA. You know what I mean? Because those are things that, you know, that are really needed to help. And to really think about it, you know, Reese, you know, this topic right here, that's something that should be implemented too as well, for NA and AA, because the thing of it is that the NA and the AA, those are helpful entities that actually help you create a lifestyle, a lifestyle of, and I just don't just say a lifestyle as far as spirituality, but spirituality is the key, is a key factor in all of this. You know, because you're dealing with warfare. I think it was said earlier. I think Molly said it earlier. Medical warfare. You know, this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with, you know, a real powerful machine. This is a machine, and they're gonna run this machine the best way that they see fit. Long as money is involved of it, long as that capita is involved of it. Oh, you before you know it, they're gonna come up with something else crazy, right? You know, this ain't the first time around. You know what I'm saying? That they decided to create something like this. It's just, you know, we change. I like what Jane Elliott said. Jane Elliott said it this way. She said, when you're ignorant, it's because you don't know. If you don't know, you haven't been educated. And if you haven't been educated, you haven't been taught. So once you've been informed, once you've been enlightened and educated, now it's up to us to make better choices. And sometimes it may mean that, hey, Mr. Phil, hey, I heard you say something about AA meeting or something like that. Bruh, you know, help, you know, it's that each one reach one. You know what I'm saying?
They saved my life. So I'm gonna preach that thing to the rooftops. So,
you know, I know, Phil, you have, because you're going through your road of recovery, but I'm asking anybody else. I've been to AA meetings, and I wasn't going for myself. I was going supporting other people, other family members. People, AA and NA. NA stands for Narcotics Anonymous, for those people who don't know. And the AA, Alcoholics Anonymous Association, and any type of abuse, because you even have some people in these AA meetings that have sexual addictions. They have all types of addictions, and it stems from the mental, something that took control over their life, where they were no longer in control over their life. People were gambling uncontrollably. The high, that's the high that your body let off those endorphins and all that going off, getting high off of gambling, getting high off of using actual substance like drugs or alcohol, or sometimes even sex. It all stems from, go back to your mental capacity of addiction. Some people have those addictive personalities where it's easy for them to be addicted to anything. They stop smoking and stop. Then if they stop, my cousin said she had to stop smoking because smoking made her want to take a drink. Just smoking the cigarettes, they had to give that up, or taking a drink made her want to get a smoke, or made her want to do something else. So when it's like stuff links together, and when you go to casinos, what are they doing? They're gambling at the same time they smoke a cigarette when it was allowed, and they're giving you free drinks. They're feeding addictions. They're feeding all types of addictions. Because you go to Vegas, you get your sex addiction, you get your smoke on, drug on, drink on. All in Vegas, you get all your addictions. You go one place and get dicked out. I mean, addiction down.
Get dicked out.
It just said one
You're not
stop.
making it sound. You're not saying the case. You are not telling the case on us not going. She is making the better case to go. I don't understand. Like, where you going with this out there? Because it sounds kind of like intriguing. Like you telling us the good shit. I don't know. It's supposed to be telling us the bad shit, but it sounds good.
If you
All
can't
in
control
one
yourself, if you can't control yourself, you don't need to go. Because out there also in Vegas, they got some pretty strong drunk takes or sober takes. People where you go get sober up. So if you don't have control over certain things, you don't need to go. Because you may get out there and lose your mind.
But out there,
something else.
I went to an NA meeting and I've been to a AA meeting. I went to one because someone told me that I had a drinking problem. And I'm like, well, if I have it, this is the truth. I said, if I had a drinking problem, I would know if it was a problem because then I wouldn't be able to afford it then. And they kept telling, so I went to this AA, I went to the AA meeting, and then they told me it was an NA AA meeting because with drugs, there's alcohol, you know? And I'm like, I sat there, it had to be about 80 people in that room. And each one was standing up. I got to the third person and they stood up and they said their name and why they were there. I said, oh no, I don't need nobody to tell me I have a problem. And at that point, I quit drinking. I didn't need nobody to tell me I had a problem. Someone mentioned it. I went, I saw, I wasn't doing all of that. If I had to do all of it, I wasn't doing it. I just quit drinking. And now I drink when I want to, not because I have to.
Hey, Lee.
What kind of person do that make me?
It just makes you a person. It ain't for everybody.
Hey, Lee. Do you owe me a drink?
I'm waiting on an answer. What type of...
Hey, Lee, we drink together all the time. What are you talking about? Lee be trying to drink me under the table. Don't let her lie to you. She never quit. She never quit. Lee is still on the tank, baby.
I'm saying, what type of person do that make me?
Make you a drinker like
don't make you anything, Lee. Can't nobody tell you.
It don't bother me anymore.
You
got
got
alcohol on top of my freezer.
I just had to come in. I had to come and say what's up, y'all. I'm at a job. Journey's been tight lately, so I just come say what's up to y'all. Happy Freaky Friday. I hope y'all freak on the Friday, wherever y'all was freaking today on this Friday. But I'm just calling to say what's up. You know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all next week.
You see this?
Change a little bit, you know.
And Moonlight tonight.
I got alcohol right here.
Yeah, Moonlight tonight. But I got a call. I might be in Ocean City, but I'll let you know. But until then, Moonlight, but I might be in Ocean City.
Right. That's why we got the nice weather. Okay, it's the old bait and switch. They're going to bait you with the nice weather, and when you get down to Ocean City, the winter coming back.
Where's Moonlight?
You are no fun. I like real talk. You know, you give her all that niceness and laugh big, go juicy, back there, just get happy. No, you a really mean person. You are a real mean person. Just underneath, I see it. Like that one time you said you was gonna put your foot up my ass because you was missing a toe, and it was gonna go directly at my dick shoe. And I was like, damn, you know, like I felt real vulnerable, and I felt like. That's the closest I've been to prison. I didn't like that shit, Reese. You are a mean person. I see you. I'm gonna keep my eye on you, and you just be coming for me. I see that shit. But everybody, love, peace, and hair grease.
Peace out.
I'm gonna hit you up, Kenny. I'm gonna hit you up, Kenny.
Phil said, "Where's Moonlight?"
Moonlight right? Over at 18th Street, Adams Morgan. Is the old where they had the Shanklin Hall joint.
Is that tonight?
Yep.
Friday.
Okay.
Text me.
Okay.
Text me.
But I gotta roll, y'all. We're trying to find me.
Love you.
Thank
you for stopping by.
All right, baby. Love you too.
Who else is in the room? If I haven't called your name, I'm sorry. I can't see.
The contractor is in the building. What's up, Steve?
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Contractors in the house.
Today, y'all got to speak Molly was my eyes. He was holding it down for me. And when I came in, Kenneth and Marley was holding it down, and Phil was there. And I want to thank them for holding it down.
Yeah, I tried to get in. I didn't have a link. I couldn't get in. And I talked to you. You said you were sending. I never got it.
I sent the link. Molly sent the link. And I
can't get it. No, I didn't get one from you. The ones that are on Instagram, I can't access them. The mic and the camera is off on Instagram and on TikTok. I can't get in there through them.
Oh, well, that's what I be sending to everybody.
You send me a text message. The one you send me in a text message, I can get in.
Because all I do is copy and paste.
Right, you had to send it to me in a text. If you go back and look at the IG, you'll see I sent the text to say I can't get in, and I also text you and said I can't get in. I need a link.
Okay, you need a link.
I'm in. I got a hot link. No, I don't want no hot link.
I started off by the show, and Lee gave me this idea when I talked to her. I was up early this morning. I got up early. I fell asleep, I think, talking to Lee, because I don't remember. All I remember, I had the chest on my phone around 3 this morning. So I don't remember. I don't know what the last thing I said to you. All I remember was like, who was on the phone? And I looked, and Lee was
I would lie to you like you ate a gummy and she said, Lee, you know you're my bestie. I love you. I wouldn't lie to y'all and say that, but she just faded out. I said, is that right? And she said, is that right? I said, out there, were you asleep? That was all you said was
and then lie about sleeping. I was sleeping, then lie about it. I'm sorry. But so when I got up and I talked to her early this morning, she was saying, actually, that I hear about this new drug that's stronger than fentanyl. And I'm in the doctor's office getting narcotics injected in my eyes. So as he's injecting me, I was like, Doc, what drugs out there is 50 times stronger than fentanyl? He said, it's a lot of synthetic opioids. We all know fentanyl is in the opioid family. It is an opioid. But then they took that and went to the lab and made something even stronger than that. And he said it's out on the streets and people are dying from it. Lee, he co-signed what you said. And the Cecilline, it's not niatrin and nitratrin and some stuff like that. Some saline. I got a video. Molly, I sent it to the group. Molly, you can play it. About what's going on. And I'm glad Kenneth is on, because Kenneth is he's big on the male movement. Men, black people helping black people. He said we all we need, and he speaks positively in the male outreach programs that he spearhead. Am I right, Kenny?
Yes, indeed.
He helped the men home. He's an advocate for that. And Phil Page, I'm glad Phil is on it, because Phil know about drugs and addiction, and the rabbit hole can take you down. Like him being a recovering survivor. He's strong. So that's why I love Phil, because he's humble, he's honest, and he'll tell you, Reese, don't mess in them streets. It ain't for everybody. And he speaks truth and volume.
Yeah.
And Kenny's talking truth and volume. And we trying to get to solutions. Lee brought it to the table. And contractor, maybe you can help add a building piece to that to help us come up with a better solution to get our people informed. For one, like Kenny said, we got to learn, teach, so we can say that we have taught our children so they know, and we stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Not unless that's some of y'all think. But I'm just, I'm just saying, it's Freaky Friday. You got to throw that out there,
But that is the deal,
how
baby.
do we become aware? And we got to tell our children the difference between opioids, synthetic opioids, medicinal medicines, and there's a method to this game that they playing with our lives. They're fentanyl killing people. This stuff is 50 times stronger. Who would want to take that?
I'm recovering too. I'm recovering too.
You are?
Yeah, I'm a recovering drug dealer.
Oh,
I got over 20 years clean.
That was smooth.
Over 20 years clean, legit. Been self-employed for 22 years.
Do you owe some reparations? Do you you owe people some reparations? Well, I'm glad that you are recovered drug dealer. I'm glad that you use your other God-given gifts and skills to get out here and hustle that dollar instead of the poisoning other people. Man, Contractor got some straight ass hands. He showed me the picture of the shape up he did. I'm like, dog. He was like, that was a bush. I was like, what? So not only do he build, he is talented when it comes to clipping and shaving. All of y'all who likes to be shaved up, lined up, and all that fancy stuff. Not only you just good in geometry. That's all. He just good at the numbers, the math game, because you have to be good to diagonally on a house, on the roof, and setting that stuff, and also cutting hair. You got to be good with slants and lines and obtuse and all that stuff. I don't like geometry. I like science.
Hey, contractor. You think you can help me with? You think you can help me with growing my beard out a little bit better?
You're gonna need a toupee because
you got any weave in that barbershop?
Only thing we can do is sweep the hair up off the floor and put something together for you.
He gonna put you a unit. He gonna give you a unit, Lee.
Hey! You know I got this one show coming up. 5 3/4 men. I need a mustache or a beard, one or the other.
Oh no, man, you good?
Lee,
like
when
that,
that fly gonna come out? So I can stop promoting.
It'll be coming to you in about an hour. It's already made. I got the proof today.
There's a lot of clean face guys, so just having a beard and all that don't really make you, no man or whatever.
I need the beard, bro.
You need the beard.
Why you?
I need the beard, bro.
What you need a beard for?
Why you need a beard? Yeah.
Something to play with during the show.
I mean, you got that little gang of 15 hairs right there. You can play with that.
Not the gang of 15.
He says 15 hairs. Like,
Not the gang of 15.
Wait a minute. You know. That was so funny because you said gang.
Yeah, little gang, 15 hairs, 15, 16 hairs. I once upon a time walked into a place that caused me a lot. It didn't cause me any harm, but it hurt my feelings that I said it. And it was a gay club that I walked into, all male, and I said, "Oh, we got us a gaggle of guys in here." And they
gaggle. Exactly how many guys?
I got a gaggle of hairs. That's about it.
I was asking you think about a gaggle.
That video not playing. Did you ever see
the video?
That
it's the news.
It seems like it's clickbait because it's fucking up my computer. Whatever. That's I don't know what.
No, I got it from okay. All right, let's go to the next video because I did send a couple of other videos. That was the awareness about what's going on that's out in the streets. That's even 50 times stronger than fentanyl. Synthetic opioids, y'all. Stay away from it. It's not good for us as people. It ain't good for nobody.
It's like in Baltimore, they got
fentanyl and car fentanyl. Car fentanyl is for elephants. They sell that too. So they've been selling all that shit up here. Well, I'm in PG County now, so but they've been selling all that shit up here, up in Baltimore.
Why would people, and they have stuff called zombie, and that's horse tranquilizers, and it eats your skin up. Where do you inject it? I don't know. I guess.
Oh no, that's crocodile. No, that's called crocodile. Like that eats your skin up. See what it is?
It's zombie too. They call it. See, same drug, different names. It's the stuff that they give the horses and stuff. Why would anybody want to take something for an animal, made for an animal, like an elephant or a large mammal such as a horse? To what kind of high you looking for? You looking for Jesus? That's the high you looking for. You looking for the sky?
No, that's not what it is. See, back in the day, you gotta pay attention to the words that they use. Back in the day when you was on drugs, they called it substance abuse because it was actually a substance. Now they call anybody who has a drug problem, they call it chemical dependency because it's all chemicals now. It's no substance no more. So them people who was taking substance like heroin and cocaine, stuff like that, it was actually, that's what it was. Now it's all chemicals. That's why somebody who shoot dope, sniff dope, and smoke weed all look the same. They all look like junkies because it's all chemicals now.
That's what I was saying about the synthetic opioid, like fentanyl, and that was a regular opioid, right?
But it didn't start off. It didn't start off like that because
fentanyl started off fentanyl because that's in the opioid family. But when they start synthesizing even those drugs, that became the
I was a drug dealer. I'm trying to give you the breakdown. See, before, you get a brick or something like that, it was pure. Like, it was really, but then you start getting it, it only be like 20, 30, 40, 50% pure. So you got to make it stronger because the customers used to getting the good stuff. If you don't have no good stuff, they go somewhere else quick. So to get them to keep coming to you, now you mixing it with fentanyl, opium, all kind of stuff just to get them that same high. And
opium. That's the family it's in. All of it's called opioids. Yes.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, you got heroin, then you got opium. It's all different stuff. But so they start mixing heroin with opium to make it stronger. Fentanyl to make it stronger, just to keep the customers coming. Then some of the packs, you load them so the people will die on purpose to put a message out there that your stuff is the strongest. That's how the game goes.
You purposely killing people? Did you sit up here and say that you loaded so people would die on purpose?
No, you do a loaded, it's called a loaded pack. You just do it randomly.
It's a marketing tool.
Right. Yes. See, Phil, no.
That's what that shit is a marketing tool.
Yeah.
Don't run to that shit.
They loaded it with a bullet. They said, so you purposely died to get that is crazy.
It's a part of the game. You make a couple real strong. I mean, you ain't doing it to kill somebody because some people tolerance is high enough to take that.
Exactly.
But a lot of people not. So the ones who not, they wind up dying. And somebody find out they died, they be like, "Oh, I want that bag."
That shit is fire.
That
shit is smoking.
They found out they died and they want death.
They don't want death. They want that shit that caused the person to die. They don't think they're gonna die from it.
Right.
They think it was something wrong with that person that took it. They ain't use it right.
Right.
That shit is smoking.
That sounds insane to me. That's just like somebody saying, "Oh,
the definition of addiction is insanity."
Oh, no! I want that gun that shot him. I want that bullet. Give me that bullet. Load that bullet up. I'm Superman. They ain't gonna kill me. Who want to take the
Russian roulette is a real thing.
Right. Yeah.
Some gambling ass people because they're gambling with their lives. Oh my
yes,
God.
They are. You got to understand who you dealing with. These are people that got issues. They not doing this because this is something they want to do. They doing this because they already have other issues. So drug addiction is just a symptom of another problem. It's
a coping mechanism, right?
Yeah. So they already got other issues. So you're not dealing with people that that is really burning everything, burning all the candles right.
See,
So
heroin is a poison. When somebody first start taking it, they start throwing up and all that because that's their body rejecting it. But because
yeah,
they think it's fun and they doing it with everybody else, they keep on taking it. And then when they try to stop, now they can't stop. Now you need it. So
and then they put
yeah,
you on another poison. They put you
yeah.
on damn, what is that, Joe? Whatever. We're gonna keep moving.
Oh, you talking about Suboxone and all of that, and methadone?
Methadone. They trade
Yeah,
one poison for another poison.
That
yeah,
methadone was a fake heroin because at the methadone clinics, when I was in the hospital, I would look out the window and they was giving it to them at the church. I said, "Why is all them people lined up?" I thought they was giving out a food pantry, and they said, "No, that's the meth clinic." I said, "What?" I thought these people, because they looked on, I said, "Oh, they getting at the church doing it for service," but everybody kept leaning and not falling down. When you see somebody lay on the ground, standing up and not fall, and I was like, "He is really tired." Do you know? Because I'm dumb.
Not even really. Not even really tired. Really? It ain't what you said. Not even really tired.
I thought they was tired of standing in line because they were waiting to get, and I'm like, "Why don't they open them doors to feed them people?"
That nigga really tired.
My nurse said that. I'm like, "Why?" She said, "That's a meth clinic, the methadone." I was like, "Get out of here." The people that has a heroin problem, they give you fake heroin. They gradually wean you off. I don't understand that. But
And that shit destroys your body.
like chemotherapy destroy your body too. Chemotherapy make you want to throw up, but I don't see nobody lining up to take chemo.
because it's not
That's
giving
It's
us
more
not
that
marketed
good.
as a drug.
It's So you got a lot of this, as I said earlier, you got to look at the bigger root, right? You got to look at the root of this, right? Insanely, it sounds very crazy for anybody to indulge in any of the chemically, like you said, contracted, abuse and whatnot. But we don't look at the bigger picture. People don't. It's things that's driving people to indulge with this. That's the thing. We don't look. You got to look at the things that's being driven. Now, I'm not saying it's a wrong or right thing, but everybody handles stuff different. You get what I'm saying? Everybody handles life different. Crises, grief. Everybody handles everything different. If you paid attention, you realize that a lot of people, the opioid went up in the midst of the pandemic because people was met with crises. People was met with crises. Scared of reality, bills. You get what I'm saying, Phil? You know about this. Everybody was in the house. Divorces went through. You get what I'm saying? Things that we weren't really accustomed to on a day-to-day basis are actually living with each other because we were always on the go. Things that we didn't pay attention to, we now were forced to pay attention to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We were forced to deal with, reality because we was all on lockdown. You get what I'm saying? We were forced to realizing, man, Kenny, he just talked. I'm not used to being talk like you know what I'm saying? Just this stuff that we weren't all accustomed to. People handle it in a different way. People handle pain. People handle stress different. Grief. You know what I'm saying? Especially it was a lot of grief. We had people that passed away. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of people that passed away. Everybody didn't have, that person to turn to say, hey, Miss Lee, I need to listen in. You know what I mean? Everybody handled things different. didn't make it wrong or right, but I'm just saying, like, you know, it was a lot of different stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of people they do drugs, not necessarily because they want to, but that's the quickest go to. You know? Yeah.
I ain't
So they
never
figure and
sat
say, well,
on
I
the
ain't
street
gonna
talk to a
talk.
dope fiend and said,
You know, let me go ahead and get some of this dope right here. You know, I ain't gonna talk. What could a counselor tell me? You know, because that's how men were taught. That's how men talk, literally. You know what I'm saying? When I started counseling myself, it was okay. What can this lady tell me? What can she really tell me about my situation that I actually lived through? You get what I'm saying? That's just how and then especially as far as men, because men aren't taught to process their emotions. It's you suck it up, you take it in. Men don't cry. You know, men don't cry. Men don't do this. Men don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what's embedded. So in reality, because all that stuff has built up and it hasn't been dealt with, when it's not dealt with, it comes in a different way, and it comes in the way of drugs. Let me get some of that dope. Let me get some of this. Let me get some of, and then that's how, you know, that's how the cycle it goes, and it goes down that rabbit hole, and then it gets and it gets deep. You know, that's why I said earlier, you know, if we don't address the mental wealth and the mental health, meaning the mental wealth, the mental wealth is the essentials that's going to cause you to mentally sustain healthily. You know, so if you don't have fitness and nutrition, you don't have like I said, the understanding of conflict resolution, because that's a piece that's missing. People don't handle conflict in a healthy way. They go to these drugs and whatnot to, you know, to avoid whatever it is that they have in conflict with. You know what I'm saying? Conflict with family, conflict with, you know, relationships, or conflict on the job. You know, these are those things. That's why I said conflict resolution. That's not been taught in our schools. It's not being taught in the professional world and the corporate world. Because let's face it, like we said earlier, Phil, everybody is doing drugs
or
Right.
something.
not just or substance.
That's what I was getting ready to say. We're not talking to those people. We're addressing the masses, but we're not talking to those people that this don't apply to. We're talking to the ones that apply, because some people just want to get high and do drugs for fun. Then you got those people out there that's say, oh, can't nothing touch me. I can do whatever I want, and they want to try. They want to have fun. So we're trying to talk to the people, the masses. That's like that for majority. I can't say everybody, because everybody's story is different, but the majority of what we see, what we hear, even what somebody
That
else
shit is
tells us.
real until it gets bad. That shit is real until it gets bad.
Until it gets bad.
So, yeah, because I ain't never talked to a real dope fiend, and he said this is what I expected my life to be. So, you know, so you know.
Molly said the video's up. He said the video's ready to play.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see the video. And I can't see anybody comment.
It just mutated. You know, there are forms of slavery that people no longer tolerate, and then the government smartens up and says, okay, how can we convince people that they're free and still have them be enslaved? Which is really the conversation that we're having about the grocery store. You know, the whole concept of, whoa, it's freedom, it's progress, and actually it's the most regressive thing ever. You don't know how to take care of yourself. You are literally relying on the government. You saw this in COVID. People are begging, can I go outside? Can I do these things? You're a slave. You're absolutely a slave.
Absolutely.
There are tons of different ways that they've mutated slavery, and especially amongst Black Americans. It's fascinating. It's almost exactly what they did on the plantation.
Yeah.
It's just you can't physically, you're not seeing it with your own eyes.
And you're not allowed to name it.
Yeah, well, I name it the whole time. It's modern slavery. I mean, it's your families are broken down, just like during the times of slavery. You were not allowed.
The men were sent away.
Yep.
And they're now
constantly
they just
trading
are
them.
incarcerated.
Yeah.
Instead of working
Well,
on
it's not even
another.
the incarceration. It's just the father absence incentives from the welfare system. Slavery never went away in this country. It just mutated. You know,
Yeah.
there are forms of slavery.
Wow. And that in form of slavery, and a lot of people are slave to drugs. All of this is tied. They're different topics, but it's tying together. And it's Freaky Friday because it's stuff that you be like, wow, this is freaky. This is wild. Not in a sexual way or manner, but just like, you know. But what can we do other than have these conversations, other than raise awareness? And like Kiani said, I don't know where he is today, but Brother Kiani will always say, we need to have meetings. We need to have groups. We need to have supporting. We need to start networking, that part. But it's like pulling teeth. It's not impossible, but it's hard to do.
No, it's not. See, first, what you got to start with is stop the saying it's hard. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. The first step to recovery is acknowledging that there's an issue, right? That's the first step. And that's always the hardest step to anybody that want to recover and get and get out of the grip that they're in. Phil, tell me I'm wrong. Because this is the same. This is in order to I guess if you want to say address the monkey in the room, the elephant in the room, you first number one have to come to an understanding that something is disconnected, something is not right, something is not lying, something is not lining up, right? And the thing of this is this, my mentor says it all the time. For every negative, it's a positive, right? And so for every societal issue, there's a resolution. It just depends on where you look at. Because if we're glued to the vices, if we're glued to the programming that they constantly put in front of us to make us to paint this picture that Black people don't want to do nothing about their situation, about them being on drugs. Guess what you're going to be drawn to do? You're going to be drawn to constantly viewing that. I forget the psychology of it is that they said that when you're constantly shown something, your brain, the side of the brain, now functions towards that. You get what I'm saying? And so the thing of it is that we as a whole, you get what I'm saying? And I hear it all the time. Men don't want to do nothing about their life. No, that's not true. They want you to believe that. So they create, it's called sensationalism, right? They create the sensationalism that now messes with our euphoria to get us to say, well, it ain't no hope. It ain't no hope for this, right? And so then now when you got that euphoria going, guess what happens? They got you where you want to be. I know what I'm doing. I know what Phil is doing. I know what Lee's doing. I know what you're doing. Everybody is making change. Now, it may not necessarily look specified to the exact blueprint, but in essential reality, we're making change. It's folks that I could send to Phil that youngins ain't gonna. I'll be 37 this year. Folks may not resonate. You get what I'm saying? They may not resonate, but I can send them over to Phil, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, yo, something that he does by what he does and how he conducts and what he's involved with. They're gonna connect. Something gonna click. A light bulb gonna say, "Bing."
Same with you.
You know what I'm saying? So we're making change. We're making change. We're just making it in a different way. I don't want us to say, "Oh man," because that's what they want. I'm telling y'all, the enemy wants us to, and I'm talking like this again because, as we stated earlier, this is warfare. The enemy only come to do one thing: steal, kill, and destroy. if we don't look from the mindset, from the spiritual lens, that's how we have to look at everything. We got to look from a spiritual perspective. When you take God out of it, or spirituality, or the higher power, or this and that and all that, whatever it is that you believe, I don't care. Like I tell everybody, it's 3 fibers you need in your life: your mental fiber, your physical fiber, and your spiritual fiber.
Your spiritual fiber.
Those are the 3. I'm gonna emphasize that. This is what I teach in my mentorship group with my men. The 3 fibers you need: your mental fiber, your physical fiber, your spiritual fiber. Because all of the money, all of the education, all of the literacy, you can have all of that. But if you don't have those 3 fibers, it does not mean anything. You have to have a foundation. Those are the core principles for your development. Whatever you believe, you could believe in the sun, the rock, the dirt, or whatever. What do you believe? That's how you get your molding. I talked about earlier why you have some people that feel like they got to be in cliques, and most people feel like they got to be in cliques. It's because those 3 fibers are missing. Your physical fiber, meaning how you see yourself physically, the physical position of your spiritual soul, of your spirituality. Your mental. The physicality of your mental. How do you see yourself as your mental? See, when you start thinking about addictions, those 3 fibers, when you get those 3 fibers, you'll be able to recover.
You'll be able to recover because you're a complete person. You're completed. Normally, when you're dealing with something is missing. Okay, your spirit, and I'm not saying God. Okay, let's go. I believe in Jesus Christ, but that's not for everybody. So we're gonna keep that out there. But when you have something bigger than yourself to believe in, yourself cannot get you through those hard ass times. Yourself cannot fix shit that is broken. Sometimes you have to reach out, and as men, and especially as Black men, that is the hardest thing for us to do. I've seen dudes break down in tears once they realize they not in this shit alone. Motherfuckers walk through life feel like they by themselves. Oh shit, my phone get right there. Hold on.
Look, mine too. That's what the little thing means.
We got to turn the phone up.
Hold on.
We can't hear you, Lee.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, but what I was saying.
We can't hear you.
Good afternoon, everybody.
What's up? What's up?
Dang, Lee.
It's a great day. Good to see you, Phil. Good to see you, Lee. Good to see you, Kenneth, Marley, Reese. I love you. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, baby, that's Kiani. I thought you was Lee because Kenneth said I can't see y'all. So I got my head down because I can't see nothing, and the glare is kind of bothering me. So when Kenneth said, Lee, we can't hear you, and you said, good afternoon, everybody, I was like, wait a minute. That ain't Lee. That's Kiani. Hey, baby.
Yeah.
What's up, guy? What's good with you?
Man, it's Friday. What's going on tonight? Where everybody gonna be at?
I don't even know. Boubacar was saying something about what, Blue Moon or some shit?
Moonlight.
Moonlight.
18th Street Northwest.
That's Alice Morgan.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to find a parking space over that joint. My God. My big ass can't fit.
Can somebody read the comments?
It says, what's turning people away from God is all these jackleg preachers out without having people giving up their hard-earned money to support their high living lifestyle. That was from William McFarland.
Okay.
And I say yes and no to that because the reality is this, that you have to find God or whatever it is that you believe in. This goes back to what I just said a few minutes ago. Whatever it is you believe in dirt, the moon, the sun, or whatever it is that you believe in, right? You have to have a spiritual foundation, right? And it's not, and the problem is this. I'm not defending none of these preachers. I don't want nobody saying that, right? But I will say this. Once you know a person is toxic, why do you keep following that person that you know that's toxic? See, it come to a place where it's by that now we have to take personal accountability for how it is that we consume, or what it is that we consume spiritually. It goes back to, like I said, those fibers. You know, you got to, somebody said white supremacy equals Christianity. Believing yourself is what you got into slavery, is what got you into slavery. Negroid male groups sold their women and babies for tobacco and alcohol.
I ain't exactly sure what that got to do with any damn thing, but okay.
Yeah. It just it's somebody says niggas. I could not. It flashed up. That was on YouTube.
Let me see.
Is that a new viewer or a new person to the track?
Probably so. But it's spirituality, right? Okay. It comes to a place where it's no, you have to take the preachers the same way that you would do a business. If you know customer service ain't good at a certain particular restaurant, why continue to go to that?
Kenny, I want to stop you right there. You said spirituality. Religion and spirituality are two different things, right?
Yeah.
When you're talking about business, that's religion. That's the business. When you're spiritual, that's, you knowing. But go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
I mean, I just believe religion is for man. That's why everybody is so messed up, because they got 50 million religions. But when you're spiritual, it's when you know God to be yourself, and God is in with all of us. God is within you, and you, and if He make you in His likeness, His image, we're gods. We ain't the God. We're not the creator, but the goodness is in all of us. I would like to think. I can't say, because I can't speak about all of us. But I mean, for my spiritual journey, I can't speak on everybody else's journey. But I know when I try to follow religion will fail every time, because they tell you, okay, this, and that. But when you spiritual and you do what's right in your heart, I bet better
will convict you when you're being given wrong information. Let's call it like it is. Your spirit will convict you. If you don't listen to it, it's something else. Yeah. But if you read for yourself, if you study for yourself,
show yourself
your spirit will tell you that something is not right here. I done walked in churches, and I'm like, as soon as I walk in the door, I know this is not the place for me. Mm-hmm. So let's don't trick ourselves.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I said spiritual and religion are two different things, because your spirit gonna let you know. Because there's a lot of like that, like William said, jackleg religions out there, and some of us, if like Kenny said, You know when you following something that's not right, and we still follow. You following a religion. You're not following your spirit, because if your spirit say, if you know, like for instance, if you feel danger and your spirit say run, we're gonna run. Well, I'm very seldom if I feel scared or I feel like I'm in danger, I'm gonna stay there. Let me stay here and see what's gonna happen. We're gonna flee. You're gonna fight or flight. And our spirit lets us know that, like the hairs, they call them women intuition, your spirit, hairs rising on the back of your neck. It's all spiritually connected. Not so much religion is law, man law.
And a lot of times we get caught up in the messenger and not the message. We
Say
get
that
caught,
one more time.
This shit is true. We get caught. That's the problem that we had with Marion Barry. I'm a Washingtonian mostly. That's the problem we had with Marion Barry. Marion Barry did great shit for the city. His personal life was a little bit jacked, but his message was on point. So we got that's what white people did. They got caught up more in his message, his personal life, than the messenger, what he did for the city. So that works with religions too. We hear things, and just because we're not feeling the person that's telling us, we disregard the message that we're telling us, that they're telling us.
Because if we're not feeling the person, that's where your spiritual let you know if the person is right. Because I'm pretty sure that a lot of these priests that molested
that happens, that's true too. But sometimes it's our person, it's personalities over. Sometimes it's the person's personality. I know a preacher right now, and he's probably a good preacher. I don't like him personally, but what he says is on point. He ain't gonna be somebody I'm gonna go hang out with, because personally I don't like him. It's nothing I can really say. He's never done anything to me. He's never said anything to me or anything out of the way, but something about him rubs me the wrong way. But as far as his scripture and all of that, I'm a scripture person. If I can go find it for myself and read it for myself and get my own understanding for it, I'm not going to rely on somebody to do that for me. So you don't necessarily have to be, I use him as a teaching tool. He's not a spiritual advisor, but he's a teaching tool. So
Phil, why don't you like him? Did he say something? Did he do something? Or
he was when I was doing marital counseling. What he told me was probably right. He told me that I should go back to my first wife and try to resolve it with her before I try to move on with somebody else. Biblically, that's probably right. But personally, I'm like, I'm not doing that. So, so that was a personal thing to me, and I realized that. Because I was like, biblically, it's true. And I knew that, but it wasn't something I was trying to do. It wasn't something I felt, but so ever since then, he wasn't one of my most favorite people. But that was not his teaching. That was a personality conflict.
Okay.
Did y'all see the comments? Did y'all? I was looking at them.
I can't see nothing but circles. I can't, and it's like I'm looking through clouds. So could somebody please read?
I can't see it on my phone for some reason.
Molly, can you come in and read the comments, please?
Okay, let me see where we was at. So many comments. I don't know where to start at.
Yeah, was one girl, she was just comment nonstop, but I blocked her. So a lot of
negative stuff.
The comments removed now. She was just being rude, just trying to join on y'all, talk about y'all. That's all. It started good. She making good comments, and after a while, She was making a lot of bad comments, so I just blocked her. But
well, who was the person?
Alicia said, for me, the war has always been good against evil. Now you either a warrior for good or you're a warrior for evil. I said I agree with that.
Okay, Marley, you blocked it. What happened? What she was saying some stuff. I mean, I'm trying to understand myself. I was trying to ask y'all what was going on.
I don't know who the person was.
The comments was coming up so fast. She was like typing galore. Like she was back to back.
She was blasting us.
We need her on the show. We need her on the show. When she was talking, she had a lot to say.
What was her name?
Something. I don't know. It was something.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what that was.
I ain't even trying to be funny, but it was just the name itself. It was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
yeah,
I would pick a day where I can't see Jack. Lady, come back Monday when I got my eyes on, so I can see, when I can see something. But what's the other people saying? Was she the only one saying stuff?
I mean, yeah, she was saying a lot. I mean, she said a couple paragraphs.
Oh, she either was at that computer typing away or she talking away.
She typing with both hands.
Typing with both hands. See, that's the real typist. Not a computer typist, but that's a clerk typist. What a politician. Okay. And see
now, after I said that out loud, now I feel bad about myself.
Why you feel bad about yourself?
You were talking about the preacher.
Yeah, now I feel bad. Maybe I need to go apologize to that dude. Because I done said that to you guys, but I ain't never said that to him.
That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Well, we always talk about respect a lot on the show, that we got to respect each other's opinions and how we feel, because you have the right to feel the way you do, just like I have the right to feel the way I do. And on this show, that's all we're doing. We're giving opinions, trying to find the fact and meet somewhere in the middle,
Mm-hmm. That could be hindering my growth.
Respecting each other and still loving each other at the end of the day. Molly,
but even having
got a big head, fat head. At the end of the day, I'm like, Molly, you with his dreadlocks up, get on my nerve, and all this and that. But at the end of the day, I still love him, and he still love me.
Look, I get called Bush Boy, Kurt Franklin,
my husband,
everything. Look, it come with the territory. That's why I'm uncut.
He didn't say that when I slipped that in there. Phil Keani, you hear Kenny go on right over that? I know, Kenny. I'm gonna stop chasing you, Kenny. I'm gonna stop today. I ain't gonna chase him no more today, y'all.
That's how you do it, honey. That's how you do it, chase him.
Look, that's why he don't speak to me half the time, Keanu. He be like, I ain't opening the door for her because she gonna go and try to snatch me up. Kenny know I love him. I see somebody in blue.
I need to get with y'all brothers, man, because y'all done said some good stuff, man. And like I said, I talk to young men. Man, I may bring y'all in one day, man, and if y'all willing, just to share your knowledge too. And they probably done got tired of hearing my old stuff.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I just want to be there to see the men gather.
Reese,
I tell them.
We need you to behave.
So don't get it twisted. In a good way.
You scared me for a minute.
Huh?
I need you to behave in that room.
No. I mean,
you start pulling the panties out your shirt. That'll just change the whole complexion of the meeting.
They just said, Phil, let that fat girl infiltrate our meeting.
Not infiltrate.
Infiltrated in here.
I'm like, she here with love.
And look, and you're supposed to be like, and for $89.99, you can meet it at the back door to get all the. It's like Kenny said, it's the business. It's a business. Kiani, take the money, Kiani. Phil set up the prices and get them to come in. Kiani, take the money and manage the money. And Kenneth, get our nonprofit 501b or whatever. It's a business. We got to work together. That's network it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all guys know, man. Really.
I done put a whole
man, it's all. Man, it's all about, learning from each other. My message I always say is we all we got, we all we need. And, all of us, what I'm saying, we need each other in some way, form, or fashion. You know what I mean? And, you can never not learn, and you can never not need enough encouragement. And, we are our brothers and sisters keeper. And that's just what it's all about. Straight like that.
Yeah. No,
there's
it's
not
funny.
Enough love and way too much hate.
I know I'm part of my men's ministry. So I felt convicted. So I had to go tell the men's ministry before they walked in on one of my shows that I'm up on stage telling jokes. And I needed to get that out in the open because I did not need one of my one of the dudes in my men's ministry or anybody in the church walking up into one of the clubs and seeing me up in there cussing and cutting up on stage. So I went and stood in front of the men's ministry and told them, man, and it was surprising how accepting they were of that, So that's when you in a good spot, man. So that's why you gotta pick who ministers to you. They don't try to bring you down, but they try to uplift you and meet you where you are. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we look for what we want to hear opposed to what we need to hear. We go in there with all these preconceived notions of what people gonna feel about us and what they're gonna say about us, and a whole lot of times that shit is just in our heads, and we do a good job of holding ourselves back.
Amen.
We do it better than anybody else can do it to us.
You see Lee got that art. She trying to tell us something. You see that art she put there, that piece of that African art there. You see that?
Yeah.
Nope. Katie, why you keep saying, can you see that? No, I can't see nothing. You see that? You see that? Oh my gosh. That reminds me to a joke, Phil. I know y'all, look, I can talk about disabled people because I'm disabled. But when I was in the eye doctor, me and my uncle, there was this deaf lady in there, right? And I know there's nothing worse than a deaf person that won't shut up. She was in there, her hands was just going, and she was loud. She was like, and then she started talking about Trump. And I'm like this, like, oh my God.
Well, did her finger kept doing this? Did her finger kept doing this? Is that how you knew she was talking about Trump? That middle finger kept popping up?
No, she was talking and signing at the same time. But, she's not aware. And the lady, at first I thought she was crazy because she was talking to herself before her assistant came in. She might have been a little bit of both, a little mentally touched. I'm not going to say crazy. I should take that back. I'm not going to say crazy. But it wasn't the normal, and I know a lot of deaf people. I got friends that go to Gallaudet, and she was even high maintenance for that. I mean, she was just going, he stink, and then Trump did this and that. And I'm like, will you shut up? What is, I didn't want to look over there and make direct eye contact.
She ain't hear words you said.
Going on. And I'm looking, and I'm just like, because you got to be careful, because you don't never know when something might pop out. Beware your surroundings. And she was talking erratic and fast and loud and kept wailing her hands. And because my uncle thought that something was wrong with it because she sat by him. And wasn't nobody else in the room with her.
She was signing loud.
Yes, she was signing loud. She was a deaf person, loud, then I don't know what. And she started talking, and he looked over there, and I looked across the room, and I'm like, let me do this way. She kept getting loud and loud, and then her helper came in. So she might have, at first, I said, this must be a deaf lady that stutters, because she was just shaking. I said, oh, she just repeating herself. She just stuttered, right? How do a deaf person stutter? It looked like they got Parkinson's disease, huh?
That's a joke.
I'm working on that joke. Exactly. I'm working on it. So, but I shouldn't have said it on TV, should have. But oh well. I know when you heard it, the contents from it. But she was going off. And it scared my uncle that my uncle got up and sat by me. Like, I'm going to put you to, like, would you come over here and sit by me? Am I supposed to deflect the bullets, or if she got a weapon or something? He gonna come up there and sit by me. And he was looking at her. He was ready for something to pop off. But it was an interesting morning. Nonetheless, and that lady kept talking, and you heard her through the whole building. I mean, the whole doctor's office. It's quiet, and she's signing and talking. And I was like, why isn't the lady that's with her?
Folks, I'm out to get ready to bounce off here in a minute.
Keep it down.
They get back to work.
We're all about to bounce off here in a minute. I got to rest my eyes before I get to work later on. I got to close these bloodshot poked eyes. And my head hurting real bad. So thank you, Kenny, for coming on here. Thank you, Phil, for coming. Oh, Joe. My son gonna give me a heart attack. I can't see, and I did not see the boy in the house till he got right up here in my face. Lord have mercy. Tyree, you gonna hurt my heart. Can't do that, son. You can't do that. Oh. Why didn't you let me know you was in the house? Good day. Have a good day. I love you. Y'all see that? He almost killed me on the air. Huh? Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Phil, for holding it down. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Contractor. Thank you, Bubakal. Thank you, Kiani. Thank you, and my praise and love go out to my sister, Louise of New Phoenix. I love you. I'm going to be calling you soon. Your baby. I love you. I'm going to be calling you soon. I miss all of you guys. Woo. If I forgot somebody, don't charge it to my heart. Charge it to my mind. It's every now and then.
Always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.